Hello to all of you. This is Dr. Dhaval Maheta, and today we are going to discuss about measurement invariance of composite in SmartPLS-4, also known as MICOM. Let us see what do I mean by invariance property. The property of remaining unchanged regardless of changes in the conditions of measurement. For example, the area of surface remains unchanged if the surface is rotated in space. Thus, the area exhibits the rotational invariance. Similarly, for our model, does our model change if we introduce a uh, categorical variable in our model? Does it change or not? That we want to check. So there are some steps which have been suggested by author. The first step is the data preparation. Second step is to generate the data groups. Step 3 is a measurement invariance test consists of configural invariance, and the step 2 is compositional invariance. Step 3 is composite equality, which we have to test. If we achieve all these steps, then we will have to run the multi-group analysis. Now, how to do this? Let's see. The first step is the data preparation. One of the important aspects when dealing with MGA is sufficient statistical power. Once we have collected the data, we should have enough sample size to run MGA. Now, say for example, if you have collected the data, that is the data size is 100, and if you are running the multi-group analysis in male and female, this 100 should be divided equally into male and female. There should not be any lopsided. Say for example, 80 males are there and 20 females are there. Such things should not happen. Now, what is the minimum sample size and how to calculate it? So according to the Cohen J, uh, the table given by Cohen J, we will have to first see how many maximum numbers of arrows are pointing at a particular construct. We will have to find out a construct which is having a maximum numbers of arrow pointing at it. Say for example, if it is 5, and we require the R square of 0.75 at 5% level of significance, then the minimum sample size is 36. See, there are 5 arrows pointing towards one particular construct, and the minimum R square which we want to achieve is 0.75, and there at 5% level of significance. So the minimum sample size is 36. So this is the first step in data preparation. Now the next step is that after the data preparation, the second step is to create the groups by selecting the categorical variable of interest. That is the moderating variable which is in category. We have to select that variable and we will have to create the groups. Now, how we can create the groups? Let's see in SmartPLS. I'll request all my viewers to kindly refer my previous videos to understand the flow of this lecture series. You see, this model is there that job satisfaction is affecting the staying intention, organizational commitment is affecting the staying intention, environmental perception is affecting the staying intention, and co-workers are affecting the staying intention. I want to see, is this model significantly different or male or female or not, or is it necessary to report the separate model for male and female or not? So I will have to create the groups. For this, I will go in HBAT-SAM raw data. Go in setup, make sure that the categorical variable, the moderator variable, which is there, it is in binary. You can change the scales from here and press update. Now you want to generate the groups. So click here, generate the groups. I know that the C1 is a gender in my data file. I'll just do a click here and I'll replace the group with gender. Don't replace the underscore and $4 because it will identify that which name you want to give to this $4. So gender $4, apply. So now the data has been splitted into 1 and 0. So 1 is for male and 0 is for female. These are the codes which I have to use, which I have used. Now I want to replace this gender 1 and gender 0, this with male and this with female. I want to rename it. So I'll go in edit and I'll rename it as male. Apply. And here edit, I'll write down female. Apply. So we have generated the data, we have splitted the data into two parts. So this is a second step. Why we are doing it? Empirical study shows that males and females produce different results in terms of effects of a product's price and quality on actual purchase behavior. And there are many theories which say that, for example, our model, will it differ for the large scale industry and the small scale industry? We want to study this. So we are creating the groups. Now we want to run MICOM in SmartPLS. So once the groups are generated, a researcher has to assess the measurement invariance. To safeguard the validity of outcomes and conclusion, Hensler developed this procedure in 2016, which is known as measurement invariance of composite models procedure, which builds on the scores of the latent variable that fit with the trait of composite modeling. There are three steps in this. One, configural invariance. Second, compositional invariance. And the third one is the equality of the composites mean value and variance across the groups. We will talk about the first one. Step 3, step 1. See, 1, 2 we have already completed. This is a step 3. In step 3, step 1. It's a configural invariance. We don't have any formal testing for this in SmartPLS. The researcher have to take the decision. Make sure that the indicators on all the constructs should be same in both the groups. See, we have created two groups, male and female. The model should remain same and the construct should remain same, and in construct also all the latent variables should remain same. Second, identical treatment should be given in both groups for missing values. If in one case, say for example, if there is a missing data in male and it has been replaced with a mean, and if there is a missing data in female data, here also the replacement should be done with the mean only. Second, the treatment given on extreme values should be same, coding should be same, reverse coding should be same, handling of the missing values should be same. Identical algorithms should be used for inner and outer measurement model. On one you are running one algorithm and on another you are running second algorithm. Don't do that. So this is a configural invariance. We don't have any formal testing of this. The next step is the compositional invariance. In this, the score of identical composites should be identical across the groups. Correlation of the construct between the group is 1, or in other words, p-value is insignificant. We should have the p-value insignificant here. If this is achieved, then we can say that the compositional invariance is achieved. The null hypothesis is there is lack of compositional variance, and the alternative hypothesis is compositional variance is achieved. Now, how we can run this? Let's see in SmartPLS. So this is the data which has been splitted into male and female. Press the back button and now click the HBAT PLS and come on this canvas. Click on calculate permutation multi-group analysis. Click on it. Now you will select male here, group A, and female here. Make sure it is a one-tailed text. PLS setup, it should be path, data, everything. The replacement should be done by mean. There are many replacements which you can do, but keep the replacements for the missing value as mean. And start the calculation. Now open the report and click on MICOM. You can see here it directly starts from step 2 because step 1 is a configural invariance. This one. Yeah, this one. We don't have any formal testing for this. Okay, we don't have any formal testing of this. At present, we are going to talk about compositional invariance. So click on step 2 and you will get all the permutations here. The desirable value in this case is that this value should be more than 0.05. Then we have achieved the compositional invariance. Here you can see one of the value is less than 0.05, which is not desirable. It is not desirable. To achieve the compositional invariance, it is necessary that all these values should be more than 0.05. Now let's see what's the next step. Now, if both compositional, just a minute, if both configural invariance and compositional invariance are established, then partial measurement invariance is confirmed and researcher can proceed to compare the path coefficients with the multi-group analysis. You can stop here also. So in this scenario, you can run MGA and male and female. You can report the separate result for male and female. It is not mandatory to go to the step number 3. Now, what is the step number 3? Here we test the equality of the composite mean values and the variances. So this is step 3. The mean and the variance of each construct in each group should not be significantly different. If it is significant, we cannot pull the data, or we cannot give the one model. It means that if p value is significant, we will have to report the separate result for male and we will have to report the separate result for female. This step is to be done only if you want to report your results as a pool data, a single model you want to report instead of separate model for the categorical variable, which means that there is no significant difference in results according to the groups, or in other words, moderator is insignificant. This is not a mandatory step. Now, how we can run this step 3? Let's see in SmartPLS. Now you click on step 3A mean. You can see here for job satisfaction and organizational commitment, the p-value is more than 0.05, which is good. It means that there is no significant difference in male and female for job satisfaction and organizational commitment. But when I talk about this co-worker, environmental perception and staying intention, all of them are having p-value less than 0.05. It means that their means, the mean of male and the mean of female is significantly different. So first is mean difference is there. Step 3 is variance difference. So you can see here in co-workers and environmental perception and staying intention, again the p-value is less than 0.05, and therefore variance is also significantly different in two groups. Mean is also significantly different and variance is also significantly different in two groups. Now what to do? So the procedure is, we have discussed about step 1, configural invariance. If it is achieved, we can go on step 2. This is a compositional invariance. If it is achieved, we go on the third step, that is equal mean values and variances. But what if we don't achieve configural invariances? No. So here we don't have no measurement invariance. The composite does not exist in all groups. The multi-group analysis is not at all meaningful. As two groups are not equal, we cannot report the multi-group and we cannot report the results separately, or we have carried out a different treatment on one part and on different treatment on another part, then also we cannot compare it, and therefore multi-group analysis is not at all meaningful in first step. Second step, compositional invariance not achieved. No measurement invariance. The permutations are less than 0.05, which one of the variable was having that problem. Here also we cannot do the multi-group analysis, but for learning purpose, we are proceeding ahead. The composite is formed differently across groups, and therefore multi-group analysis is also not meaningful. Actually, for our data, we should stop here only because this is less than 0.05. We can proceed to step 3 only when all of them are more than 0.05. But for learning purpose, we are proceeding. Okay. Now comes the step 3. R is mean value and variance is equal. Yes. Then we will say that the full measurement invariance is achieved. And it means that it is not necessary to report the separate results. Pooled results can be reported. But if the mean values and variances are not equal, we should go for partial measurement invariance, and we will get the standardized coefficients of the structural model which are to be compared across the groups. Now we will see the entire model and its step. Step 1, configural invariance not there. No, the composite does not exist in all groups. No point in running the multi-group analysis. If you achieve configural invariance, we will go to step 2, that is a compositional invariance. Here also, if you don't achieve it, the composite is formed differently across group. No point in running the multi-group analysis. But if you achieve compositional variances, go in that step 3. Are variances equal? Yes. Then go to step 3b. Are means equal? Yes. Then the full measurement invariance is achieved. If any one of them is no, then we will be running the partial measurement invariance. Now what to do if we get full measurement invariance and if we achieve partial measurement invariance? See, with full measurement invariance, pulling the data is a possible option. It will increase the statistical power. Rending, or rather running the multi-group analysis, is completely unnecessary according to the Hensler 2016. If we achieve the partial measurement invariance, however, if step 1, step 2 and either requirement of step 3, that is either equality of composite variance or equality of composite mean, are achieved, then the researcher can claim the partial measurement invariance and proceed with MGA. If we achieve the partial measurement invariance, then we will be running the multi-group analysis, that is a step 4. We will compare the standardized coefficients of the structural model and they can be compared across the groups. Now how we can do this? Let's see. We'll go in calculate, and this time we will click on bootstrap multi-group analysis. Here we will click on male and here we will click on female. All other settings, this should be on path. BT setup should be two-tail, fine. Now we will run MGA setup and let's start the calculation. Open the report. Click on path coefficients. You will get bootstrap MGA here and bootstrapping results here. Now what is the difference between this? You can see here. This is when you achieve the full measurement invariance, you will report this result. And when you achieve the partial measurement invariance, you will report from here. I again repeat. If you get full measurement invariance, you will report from here. It means that the pooled results are there. These are pooled results. Not necessary to report male and female separately. And if you get partial measurement invariance, you will click on bootstrapping results. So if you see bootstrap MGA, the path environmental perception to the staying intention is having the p-value less than 0.05. This means that the mean in male and mean in female is significantly different. Now click on bootstrapping results. and you will get a separate output for male and female. Now, how to interpret this? Let's see. You get the path coefficient, their mean values, and also the p-value. You can zoom it from here. Okay. Now I will take this result in Excel and we will try to interpret this. Copy to Excel. I've copied the result in Excel. I can open this cells so that I can see the things nicely. Now you will have to delete mean, standard deviation, t value, delete all of them and retain only the original male value, p value of female and p value of male. Now cut this and insert the cut cells here. So the path coefficient and its p value of female, path coefficient of male and its p value. Now convert all of them to 3 decimal. That will be much better. And select this to the conditional formatting and highlight those which are having p value less than 0.05. Click OK. Similarly, here also highlight those cells which are having p value less than 0.05. Now write down here invariant. Now let us see the first one. Both the p values are more than 0.05 and have we achieved the invariant? Yes. Both of them, you can also see their path coefficients, more or less they are nearer to each other. Okay. We talk about the second one, that is environmental perception to the staying intention. Both of them are having p value less than 0.05. Have they achieved the invariant? Yes, as both of them are having p value less than 0.05. Now we talk about this case. One of them is having p value less than 0.05 and this one is having p value more than 0.05. In such scenario, measurement invariant not achieved, no. Right? You can see the path coefficients, they are significantly different. Now we talk about the fourth one, organizational commitment affecting the staying intention of an employee. Both of them are having p value less than 0.05. You can see the path coefficients are also very much near to each other and therefore yes. A simple thing to remember is, let me show you this thing as, if both of them are red, then we will say yes. If one of them is red, so this scenario and this scenario is this one. Okay. If both of them are red or both of them don't have any color, or rather both of them are having the p value more than 0.05. So in such scenario, measurement invariant achieved, yes. Both of them are red. Both of them are having p value less than 0.05. Measurement invariant achieved, yes. No, no. So this was the procedure of MICOM in SmartPLS. And today we discuss about multi-group analysis in SmartPLS. For more videos on SmartPLS, kindly subscribe to my channel. You can refer my playlist in which I have already uploaded many videos related to SmartPLS. Please don't forget to press the like button. You can also follow me on LinkedIn and Twitter.